Hey guys, Birdman316 here. This is I guess is a pre-mail time video. The SEMA X5SC made it today, this morning. That's all good, but there's one teeny little problem with it. Everything works on it, everything's just fine, but I'll tell you exactly what it is in the actual mail time. I will record that tonight, get it all prepared, and I'll have it up on YouTube visibility probably the next day, or maybe even tonight. But if not, the very next day. The X15 model that you saw the sneak peek of, that I did the sneak peek video of, I'll feature that in the mail time also, as well as a couple little AIO cameras that came in. There's an interesting fact that I saw about that too. I will go over all that in the mail time video, so stay tuned, and we will be right back from a word from our... Wait a minute, we don't have any sponsors. We don't have no sponsors. Okay, we can't say a word from our sponsors because we don't have no sponsors. Well, this is Birdman316. We will be right back after this. Sayonara.
In a world of many networks, one network, one desire to stand above all the rest. The Drone Network. A family of great minds.
Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Let's get this camera in position here. We are on the Andor Pinky camera because my Firefly camera, the battery is low. And sadly I cannot find my external charger. It has a problem and it has to have an external charger. Take the battery out and charge it. It is a long story. Something happened to the USB port. But anyway, this is that double down mail time that I told you guys about. In the preview, we're going to be looking at this one, the SEMA X15, and we'll be looking at the X5SC. Now, there's something about this one I told you about in the preview. Now, I was just a little bit let down about. I ordered a black one. Maybe I should have made a special note or something. They sent me a white one, but it's all good. I mean, I used to have a white one and I sold it, and I kind of missed it all these years. Well, it's been 2 years ago. But anyway, you know, it's still good though. So starting off with the X15, here it is right here. I already have it set up for FPV. Normally it doesn't come with any kind of camera at all. It's just your basic, it's a small one. You can tell it's smaller than the X5. And you can see I remove the door because the battery fits in there snugly and you don't really need the door. Plus you have all those extra cables and stuff, and it'd be about impossible to close the door. But anyway, I did test hover and test this out in the house, and it flies great. I have not FPV'd it yet, but I will. I will FPV it just as soon as, well, we're getting more rain and stuff, so we can't really go outside with this one quite yet, but these are the prop guards that come with it. You remember that, something good these can be used for. You remember those triangular football games you could play and kind of scoot it across the table, and you scoot it across the goal line and everything, and then you get to kick a field goal and you kick it. They might be good for that, but other than that, I wouldn't bother with these. We're going over, I think everyone knows what comes in the package, but anyway, just in case someone's new and they don't know, spare props and your screwdriver. Now this one didn't come with a camera or anything. Your instruction manual, all that good stuff, which the instruction manual won't really serve much of a purpose. I'll explain that in a minute. This is that dinky little transmitter it comes with. Tiny little thing. I'm sure it's decent. I'm sure it's okay, but I'm not going to use it. I'll show you what I'm going to be using. Now this transmitter here came with my X8HC version bro. Big Bird. So he's got the hover hold, the self-centering throttle. Now we all know this radio here has way better range than that radio or the X5 radio in the background back there. So I think I trust my X8 radio more than my X5 radio for range and dependability. That wraps up the X15. Now everyone knows. Oh yeah, here we go. Forgot about that. It comes with a 300 milliamp size battery for the X15, but the battery bay will accept. Let me get that battery. If it's screwed up here, I might have to show my open mode. Hope not. Hope no one gets sick. But anyway, this battery comes in the X5. Stock battery, 500 milliamp. This battery fits in that X15 no problem. I'm pretty sure it should give me probably 5 minutes of FPV time. Now the camera will be running off this battery along with the Bird. The VTX AIO will be pulling power from this as well as the quad itself. So hopefully I can get about 5 minutes out of that. Hopefully. Here is the X5. It's the X5 SC, but you can tell I changed it up a little bit. It came with all white props. I had to go with some different props on there, had to get a little fancy. Got my camo props on the front, got the black ones on the back, I got my Velcro strip on the roof for the camera, stock landing legs, and I have the Velcro strip on the belly for the little battery that's going to be powering the AIO that's going on top. Of course, you know, it comes with the TV camera and, yeah, you know these. Yeah, we won't be running those. And you got your spare props and your little toolkit, which the landing legs came in this bag here along with the screwdriver and the little dongle thing you plug in your computer so you can pull your videos and pictures off of there. And instruction manual here, which this instruction manual will probably still be good because everything's still stock, sort of. This is the original transmitter that came with it. Which this transmitter is still bigger than the transmitter for the X15. But this has limited range. This transmitter here is for an X8C or an X8G, whichever. Same thing, it's just labeled differently. This right here has a standard throttle. Now this transmitter here can fly both of those birds right there. Even though that has hover hold, it still works. It flies great. Now I can't take credit for that. Pete, RC Escape, gets the credit for that because he did a video of an X8 SC, I think. I'm not sure what it was. It's the newer style. He did a range test. That thing got over 300 meters. He put his transmitter down, he started the motors, and he took a walk with the quad in his hand with the prop spinning, idling. And it finally cut off at about 350 meters, but he's out there in the desert. I did the same test in a not rural, but I guess in the city. And hey, I mapped it out, and I got over 300 meters. That's on the ground. Now, if you're in the air, you're going to get better than that, but still, safely, I probably wouldn't go over maybe 200 meters, just for safety. Even though you can do it, doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it, because you never know what can happen. You don't never know. You got to keep it safe. Now, that was the double down mailtime for these two quads, let me show you some cameras here. This is an interesting find here. This is the AKK Technologies camera, 25 milliwatts. Got your little number thingy on the back, and this is the box that it comes in. Now take note of how that box looks and how this camera looks. This is the AKK. Now, of course, comes with this cable here, so you can plug it into the camera and plug a little LiPo in there with a connector like this, like your mini LoSi connector. Or you can, if you're going to be mounting this permanently or whatever, you can cut this in half, solder this directly to the board, and have your little pigtail on the board itself. Just be sure to make sure you have that thing hooked up correctly. You don't want to burn anything up. This here is the Wolf Whoop. Now, other than the antenna being just a little bit different color, does this thing look familiar to you? Check this box out. You remember the other box? Looks the same. What I'm thinking is, I think the same company makes the cameras for Wolf Whoop and AKK, which I have both versions and I trust them and they work fine. They work great. Now the cloverleaf, I found out in the field. I haven't published those videos yet because I don't want to be dumping videos on YouTube all the time. I maybe space them out, maybe a day or a couple of days or so. I don't want to be, confusable. Oh, wow, he just put this video up this morning, but this one's different. Oh, wow, I don't want to confuse anyone. And plus, I want to spread them out a little bit. But I did a couple of videos. I did one with the dipole antenna on the AIO, and I had a couple blackouts. That was the maiden flight of my 708 Cyclone Drocon MJX, and did the same flight later with a cloverleaf version, and I got way better results. I didn't get no blackouts of any kind. I mean, I can go all over that field across the street and be confident not have to worry about any dropouts or no blackouts or anything like that. But there you have it. You have the double down. I guess you can call it a quad down, because I talked about 4 different things on this mailtime. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you are. This is Birdman 316, and videos will be coming up shortly of these two birds. This is Birdman 316. Sayonara.